얘 먼저 깨고. 아, 오. 오. 마이를 줬나? 왜 이리 많아? 아씨, 저번에 기숙사 배정 받고 못했어가지고 너무 하고 싶었거든요. 아, 나 배고플 푸푸야. 바쁠 건게 한데. 장비는 어디서 보지? 휴게실 찾으세요. 오.
All right. Deep breath.
오.
This should be interesting. One moment. Watch this.
What is this?
아, 레몬클로지?
Jumbo. Let's get out of here.
That wasn't quite the reaction I wanted. Oh well.
What did you hope would happen?
I suppose I hoped it would lighten the mood. Ravenclaws can be a bit on edge the first day of class. I'm Everett, by the way. You seem downright calm next to some of these characters, and you survived a rather harrowing trip here.
I'm glad to be here, ready for classes to start.
Good. Glad to hear it. Truly, there's no reason to be nervous. Most professors are firm but fair. I mean, not all of the tricks I play are as simple as a tossed dung bomb, and I'm still here.
Wait, did you say most professors are firm but fair?
Ha! I did. But probably best I let you judge for yourself. I do tend to push their limits. I should wander off before someone traces that dung bomb back to me. Nice meeting you.
You too, Everett.
네. 밤이세계 인사하기. 오.
I'm not sure this is the right spot.
I want him to be in the perfect place. A place he'll be happy with. But I can't seem to find it. Great golden gobstones! I want him to thrive here.
Golden gobstones.
My own little expression. I bought this Dittany seedling from home and I so want him to feel cozy. Dittany is amazing, isn't it? So much healing power in such a little plant. I've a bit of a thing for plants, as you can see. Pleased to meet you. I'm Samantha.
Nice to meet you, Samantha. Is Dittany used in Wiggenweld potion?
It is! Looks like someone's been studying up on their potion making.
Actually, Professor Fig told me about Wiggenweld potion.
Of course! I heard you were studying with him before term. He's an enigma, Fig. Teaches about theory, yet seems to know a lot about practical magic.
나도 잘 몰라.
He did teach me a few things before term, but that's all I can tell you.
Well, I hope he told you about more than Wiggenweld. You've lots to catch up on, I'm sure.
Is it common practice for students to grow their own ingredients?
Oh, yes! In fact, our herbology teacher, Professor Garlick, encourages it. And I don't think Professor Sharp, our potions master, cares where you get your ingredients as long as your brews are all perfect.
An affinity for herbology is more typical of a Hufflepuff than a Ravenclaw, isn't it?
Ordinarily, perhaps, but it runs in my family. We've a full plot of these little
오빠시구나.
fellows back home. I suppose you could say herbology is in my roots.
영화 나와서 즐거웠어.
It was nice to meet you, Samantha. Good luck with your Dittany.
Thank you. And good luck to you too on your first day.
조작법이 기억이 안 나네.
Protego. Revelio.
오, 오케이.
That's
오.
just brilliant, Amit. Brilliant. You'd think you could... Ah! That is not how that... Why, hello. Would you like to take a look?
뭘 보고 있는 건데?
Can't see too much in the day. Well, except for stars like Sirius, Canopus, Vega, and Arcturus. I'm Amit. Pleasure to have you in Ravenclaw. Never met someone who's been so close to a dragon before.
Can't say I recommend it, frankly. It's nice to meet you, Amit. I take it you like astronomy.
Oh, yes. So much to be learned from the stars. Also, there's something about the open air and night sky above the tower. It's invigorating. You will adore astronomy. Professor Shaw is incredibly knowledgeable.
I hope astronomy's on my schedule. It sounds interesting.
I have good news for you. You are
Ah,
most
왕님
definitely
필수.
taking astronomy. It is required for all fifth years. You will be enthralled with the tower. Plus, a quality telescope can show you things you never dreamed of.
I suppose I'll see you in class then.
Yes. Oh, and speaking of class, better get to my first one of the year. Nothing like the smell of fresh parchment, is there? Be seeing you!
Hey there, new Ravenclaw. Professor Weasley is looking for you just outside.
누가
You'd
얘기하고 있는
best
거야?
not keep her waiting.
Lumos.
인가? 아, 내려가라고?
Revelio.
Good morning. I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've been dreaming of this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a fifth year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs. Owls.
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams. They will
근데
determine what type of career you can have when you
고등학교를
leave here.
3학년에 입학해서
After much
수능 보는 수준
discussion
아닌가
with the
지금?
headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the
이게 돼?
ministry, we've devised something extraordinary to ensure your success. Here you are.
오. 뭐야?
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a fifth year.
에.
You would be
테스트북이구나.
wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
오.
Thank you, Professor, but what do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test.
위즐리 교수를 따라가세요.
This way. The guide will give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore.
호그와트로 바뀌었어, 맵 이름.
I certainly would have appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student. Why don't you cast Revelio on this bust and see what details
Revelio.
can provide?
오. 레번클로 기숙사를 기리기에 만든 흉상은 우뚝선 레번클로 탑에 있습니다. 아, 태연이 어서오세요. 필드 가이드를 챌린지를 잠금해제하였습니다. 필드 가이드 챌린지는 경험치 포인트를 획득하는 유일한 방법입니다. 마법사 레벨입니다. 레벨과 파워를 증가시킵니다. 오. 첫 번째 가이드 페이지를 수집하여 새로운 챌린지를 해제했습니다.
Clever, isn't it? Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that,
Revelio.
inside and outside of the castle. No time to waste. You've classes to attend.
아 5학년부터 입학한 거 불쌍하면서도 뭔가 부럽다. 뭐야 이거?
Ah, good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
아 오케이 오케이. 큐는 막을 수 있습니다. 큐를 길게 넣으면 스투페 파이로
Here we are.
이어지면. 오.
Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall.
Revelio.
You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall.
Revelio.
저기도 뭐
Always
있는데?
something happening here. It's the heart of the hive, our King's Cross station, so to speak.
I like to keep a bit of wiggle room in my bed.
That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
잠깐만. 아유. 호그스미드가
You
뭔가요?
mentioned Hogsmeade, Professor.
Hogsmeade is the only
Oh.
all-visiting village in Britain and is home to an
버터맥주.
array of shops and pubs. You should be able to find all of the school supplies you require in Hogsmeade. You will also, I imagine, enjoy
버터맥주.
butterbeer there with friends in due course.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside
수업
of
시간에도
class. You'll be up to speed in no
수업
time.
외에도 추가 과제?
Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival. Specifically,
아,
I'm sorry, Professor, but
아 우클릭
I'm afraid
스킵이구나.
that's all there is to it.
Almost precisely what Professor Fig said.
Oh,
Speak
poison.
of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you. Good luck today. And remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've
Oh.
attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
잔업까지.
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would... Did I hear you masterfully
능력을 피한 걸 방금
evade?
들은 것 같은데 거짓말하고 싶지
I
않았어요.
did try to evade her questions. I'm fairly certain she suspects
뭔가
we're not
의심하는 게
being entirely...
분명해요.
Yes, well, Professor
똑똑하고
Weasley is a
빈틈없는
brilliant
마녀거든.
and astute. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an Speaking of guides,
필드 가이드에 빨리
and so that I
설명해줘야겠구나.
may, why don't I show you the clever
여기는
enchantment we
기발함하고 내게
included in?
보여주마.
Unfold it and have a
이걸 한번
look.
펼쳐보렴. 주요 퀘스트를 나타냅니다. 주요 퀘스트를 완료하면 스토리를 진전시킬 수 있고 새로운 기능이 잠금되면 XP를 얻을 수 있습니다. 일부 퀘스트는 마법 및 레벨 상황이 충족되지 않아 잠겨 있습니다. 이 경우 필요한
The map is enchanted to
내가
help you
길을 설
find
때마다
your
사용할 수 있는
way.
마법
This will be
지도란다.
incredibly helpful.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead. What with you'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. I shall reach out when I have more
솔직히
information
로켓에
about
아는 게
our
생기면
mysterious
연락하고.
locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you...
Revelio.
잠깐만, 저거 리벨리오 뭐 있었는데 잠깐만. 이게 뭐야? 정체 드러내기. 모르겠다. 여기도 뭐 있는데? 여기 뭐 있지 않나? 오, 역겨운 그레고리의 조각상. 아, 이런 식으로 매핑하고 다니라고. 안경 얻었고 8개 얻으면 또 맵 전부 다 밝히면서 다녀야겠네 이거 이러면. 이렇게 플루불꽃.
Revelio.
Oh, there was something else too.
위에 뭐지 저거?
My older sister's taught me
아, 뭔가 조건 다 맞추면 열리나 본데
how to
저거.
sneak.
일단은 진행합시다. 아, 로딩이구나. 요. 빨리 어서오세요.
Revelio.
뭐가 땅땅거리는데 뭔지 모르겠네. 여기 위에 있다. 오케이. 저 뭐 있는데 저기도? 아닌가? 오래 걸려.
Is that all you've got?
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces on your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in Eastern
요,
Wales
밀렸군.
and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso!
윙가르디움
A surprise
레비오사가 아닌가
opponent
이거?
is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned. starting with something small.
어. 오케이.
Levioso.
Now, let's try something a little larger.
오.
Let us begin with the basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprised opponent is a weak. Good. Now, well done.
오.
Very good. But the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
Levioso.
Lucky.
Nothing lucky about it.
Good form.
I know. You're good. Levioso.
How perceptive.
어, 이렇게.
Must be your first.
Let's just say I'm a quick learner.
뭐야, 틀렸는데?
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the
Yo.
challenge. Points to Ravenclaw.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Again, well done today.
새로운 과제 생기면 연락하마.
All right, that's enough spectacle for one
Revelio.
day. Class is
어디서 뭐 있다.
dismissed.
필드 가이드 페이지. 헤브라디안의 검은 해골. 어.
If you know the right spells, it's dark wizards that'll fear you, not the other way around.
Nice work.
뭐지?
I'd hate to face Professor Hecat in a duel.
보물 상자가 있다 뜨는데?
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice. It felt more like I was dueling an expert. Sebastian Sallow, by the way. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
별도 해본 적
In
없어.
fact, it was.
Be coy if you like, but I know
어,
better.
타고난 재능에
Magic
좌지우지되니까.
You know, you might
공식,
be a
비공식
perfect
결투
fit.
클럽. 재밌겠다.
Exclusive and unsanctioned.
Excellent. Knew I was right about. If you want to get the most
가끔은
out of your
규칙을 떼야 할
time
때가
at
있어.
home, whether it's joining a secret duel,
도서관
or
제한구역에 몰래 들어가 보는 거지.
you just have to be
원리적
clever
기본을 좀
enough not
써야겠죠.
to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good.
그
Pleasure
얘기
chatting
즐거워서
with
또
you.
보자.
Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned.
비공식 비밀
We'll
장소에서
see if
또 볼
your
수도
performance
있겠지.
today. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock
관심
tower
있으면 시계따
entrance.
입고 제 룩한 브래드비한테 가봐.
Till next time.
아, 오케이. 거구나. 마법 수업에 참석하세요.
Protego. Revelio.
어디 뭐가 있는데? 이게 보물상자가 있다고 뜨는데? 맞네 맞네.
Revelio. Levioso.
어떻게 열어 이거?
Levioso. Revelio.
이게 못 먹는 건가? 범인이 학교에 몰래 가져다 다니요. 홀로면 그거 아닌가? 잠깐만. 맞네.
Professor Hackett is an enigma.
Revelio.
아쉬운데? 여기 어디 있다? 여기구나. 어거레이 해골, 불사조의 뼈. 부금을 알려준다. 딱 봐도 이것도 수상하지 않나? 얼마나 더 위에 있는 거야?
Here, behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work, but I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now.
Oh.
My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
아시오.
Accio.
요.
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone.
저
That's enough
양반이
of that.
잘하는 사람인 거구나.
Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me.
목표를 탐색하는데 대상 잠금은 적들로부터 콤보를 얻거나 추적하기 어려운 적이 효과적입니다. 흡수로? 오.
I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right?
요.
So why don't we have our newest student start us off? Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last possible moment. Now, think of this like gobstones.
와우,
But
깔끔한데.
instead of throwing the marbles out, you are summoning. Very good.
쉬운데?
Excellent control there.
아, 만점인데?
Very good. Points to Ravenclaw. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the
경쟁이구나.
blues just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Let us see this. There we go.
저거를 떨굴?
Not exactly your typical lesson, is it? Not that I mind.
오케이. 네, 일은 그만두신 건가요? 12월까지네요. 모르겠다. 그만두게 해줄. 무조건 그만둘 거야 12월에. 좀 치는데. 무조건 12월에 그만둘게. 얘기했어요 12월에 그만둔다고.
Quite impressive. Watch this.
내가 만점을 조져버린다면? 컷!
A perfect score. Remarkable.
근데 아까 원래 리사를 켜보려고 했는데 리사 그거 한 패가 안 돼
More
있던데?
interesting, shall we?
뭔가.
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round
그러니까 뭐
settles
근데
it.
찾아봐도 뭐 잘 안
Let
나와가지고
us see this.
급하게 찾아봐서 그런 걸 수 있는데. 오우 쉣! 그래요?
That is how it's done.
지금이니?
Watching.
아씨!
Try not to be-
안돼!
You are doing quite well.
멈춰줘! 에이스.
Very good.
Here we go.
방에 스팀 가면 있다고? 그래요? 지형점을 잘 쓰는데? 불러 떨어져라.
There we go.
낙은 없나 보네. 쉬운데?
Brilliant. Watch this.
보이십니까? 잘 맞추려는 것 같은데? 아니구나. 네, 알겠습니다.
Two perfect rounds. So natural.
근데 내가 옛날에 지시의 영상 바통기로 있긴 하더라. 리사 게임이라고 치니까 딱 그거 하나 지시의 영상 하나 나오던데.
Very good, both of you. Well done.
리벨리오를 사용하면 흰색 외곽선 표시는 당신의 현재 목표물을 나타냅니다.
Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Good game back there. I must admit, I think I underestimated you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Wagadu just before my
딴
fourth
데서
year.
왔구나.
My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
우간다. 와가두는
Is Wagadu
할만할까?
much bigger than Hog?
Wagadu School of Magic is
오,
a lot,
세계에서
but it
가장 큰
never seemed
마법학교야.
intimidating or overwhelming.
와가두는 어떻게
Is
생겼어?
Wagadu a castle like Hogwarts?
Its address is
아래
Mountains of the
산맥이라
Moon.
불려 산 중턱에 저기서
It
아름다운
is not
건물이
so much.
성만큼은 아니야.
I remember the first time I saw it. The
안개가
mist
너무
was
짙어서
so
거의
thick,
아무것도 안 보이더라고.
and then it just materialized.
와가두에서도 같은
This may seem
마법이니?
an odd question, but
대부분은
Mostly,
그래.
yes. But I did have to learn
오.
how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly
you
대단하다.
can cast spells without a wand.
Oh, yes. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention, I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand.
야, 익스펠리아르무스 완전 면역 아니야? 그거?
Dramatic.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. Ah, I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Of course, you can use Accio on humans, if you're so inclined.
A word, if you will.
You'd be using it on clothing, to be precise.
Revelio.
You know it won't work on humans.
뭐가 있는데? 잠겨있네 이것도.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation.
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exact.
What charm is there in the
어떤 마법이
expect?
예상했던
You
거니?
did well managing.
Thank you, Professor.
Miss Onai is
강력한
always
라이벌이야.
Now, Professor Weasley has asked
커리큘럼과는
that
다른
you
수업을 달라는 부탁을
expect to
하더구나.
hear from me
수배
soon.
과제가 뭔지 곧 알게 될 거다. 이게 뭐가 있는데?
Revelio.
Professor Ronan reminds me of my grandfather. Loads of wisdom, but a bit
유명하지만
bad.
격박하달까.
Hello. How was your first day coming along?
Hello, Samantha. Nice to see you again.
I wondered how your first day was going.
그렇게 말해줘서
I've
고마워.
been fortunate. Beginner's luck.
My brother William would tell
내
you not
능력이
to be so humble and to trust you're a bit. Well, better
난
see
이제
to my
마법
charms
수업 숙제하러
homework.
가봐야겠다.
I'm afraid I can't count on beginners.
Revelio.
뭐하냐? 계산하게 생겼는데? 맞는 건가 이거? 맞네.
Oh, don't do that. That's not necessary.
Try running. You'll soon learn that Kagawa's techniques are
이거를 퀘스트 반가워 위즐리 이거 먼저 합시다. 네 가봅시다.
Revelio.
변신 수업 안 돼. 있구나. 와이번 분수. 미안해. 오 고양이야. 앉을 수 있어. 공격이 되나? 미안해 미안해. 오. 어디가? 미안하다 야. 오. 공중에 있는 상태에서 만지기 누르면? 뭐야? 만져줬으니까 용서하는 거다. 방과후 이즐리. 몹이다.
What about the room, Professor?
I was thinking the same thing, Deke. Perhaps you could help.
털 좀 깎아라요.
Oh, excuse, Deke.
오.
Ah, there you are. I trust your first classes went well?
They did, Professor.
I heard as much from Professors Hecat and Ronan. Seems Professor Fig taught you quite a bit before you arrived. I'd wager there's a good deal more to your travels here than what you've told me. Isn't there?
Have you and Professor Fig not discussed my training?
He continues to be reticent.
리벨리와
about the
루모스를
details.
배웠다고.
That's correct, Professor.
맞아요
I
교수님.
see. Like trying. Regardless, you
내가
must
배운 걸
continue
기반으로
to build
계속해서
upon
공부에
what you've
정진하도록
learned.
하렴.
In that regard,
그 점에
I've asked
있어서
your
추가
professors
과제를
to help
진행하면서
me.
내가 진도를 따라줄 수 있게 했다. 오늘 교수님께서도 언급하신 적이 있어요.
Professor Ronan did mention something about.
In fact, Professor Ronan will meet now. Regarding the trip
교수님들
to
외출에 관해서
Hogsmeade,
얘기해볼까?
we've arranged to replace the supplies lost on your way
준비들을
here,
구할 수 있도록
including seeds.
얘기해줬단다.
Thank you, Professor.
감사합니다
And Mr.
교수님.
Ollivander will
이 올리벤더
connect you
씨께서
with the
분명 내게만은
perfect
완벽한
wand.
지팡이를 찾아주실 거야.
There's an Ollivander's in Hogsmeade.
There is. Most people are familiar with the shop in Diagon. Mr. Ollivander is a... I would trust no one else to pair me with a wand.
준비됐어요.
I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade.
Very well. I'd like you to
응급생이랑
make
함께
your
다니는 게
first
좋겠구나.
visit to
길을
the
찾는데
village
도움을
with a
받을 수
class
있으니 말이야.
help you get you bed. Perhaps Sebastian
세바스찬
Sallow
셀러는
or
낯사의 우선이
Natsai
없다니.
Onai.
내 티는 뭐지?
I'd like to go with Sebastian.
Glad to hear it. Mr. Sallow, he'll keep you well
세바스찬 군이
clear of
오가는
any
길에
of
빅터
Victor
루고도
Rookwood's
불량한 폐허를
undesirables
마주친 사람
or
길을 잘 안내해줄
Rookwood?
거다.
a rather
다소
unsavory
비도덕적인
man. Best to
사람이란다.
avoid him and his sister. Once you've finished Professor Ronan's assignment,
노넨
your
교수님의
friend
과제부터
will
마치고
need no
성당에서
time to
만나도록
waste.
하거라. 서두르는 게 좋을 거다.
The sooner
빨리
you
과제를
complete your
마칠수록
work,
버터 맥주를 더
the
빨리
sooner-
즐길 수 있을 것이란다. 오케이. 변신교실 안에 있는 안 얘기했고 오케이.
Ah, there you are.
You have a new spell to teach me, Professor?
Indeed I do, and an exceedingly useful one at that. The mending charm Reparo. Fixes things right up, makes a broken object good as new in the blink of an eye.
It seems as if that might come in handy.
More frequently than one would imagine. As Professor Weasley mentioned, I am not the only one who will be teaching you spells outside of class in an effort to catch you up with your peers. A number of your professors have agreed to do so as well, but first, each shall ask that you complete a few preliminary tasks to hone your magic. I have arranged some for today. See them.
과제를 완료하고
I'll
올게요.
start on the task right away.
망가진.
This is the right area. I wonder where the flying page is. Here. Got it.
이렇게.
A flying page must be around here somewhere. Brilliant.
오케이. 이거 없네.
I trust the preliminary tasks weren't too
I completed the assignments, Professor.
marvelous. Let us give the old mending
한번
charm a
배워볼까?
try then. Remember to be deliberate in your enunciation and movements.
Yes, sir.
Remember, your wand is a conduit of your magic.
레파로. 판. 오케이.
That's it. Very good. If you would like to practice mending something, have a go with that broken statue in the alcove by the water. It allegedly symbolized heartbreak.
아이고.
Perhaps a jilted lover thought it too accurate and lashed out.
Revelio.
뭐야? 알고 있는 거야? 했고 밖에 나갔다 옵시다.
Revelio.
오, 쓸 수가 있네. 디멘터.
What am I missing?
아, 이렇게. 호그와트 그 근처에서 세바스찬 만나요.
Revelio.
Well, fancy meeting you here.
Hello, Sebastian.
Ah, my new charge. I'm told you're in dire need of supplies, and I'm to
나도
accompany
같이
you
호그스미트
into Hogsmeade.
가려고.
Is this your first foray into...
It is. I haven't left the castle.
Well, I shall endeavour to be the
어제 왔어,
Hogsmeade's
임마.
a charming little place.
많은 퀘스트는 주문이나 레벨 필요 조건을 가지고 있습니다. 건너뛰기.
I was glad Professor Weasley asked me to join you today.
As am I. Thank you, by the way.
Of course. You're the only one who's ever bested me in a duel.
아,
The
이기는
way I see
것뿐이야.
it, I'd be wise to keep an eye on you. Speaking of Weasley, she seems to have taken quite a shine to you.
Has she? That's nice to hear.
I'm still surprised that a professor would entrust me with anything. given my detention record.
뭐 때문에 징계당했는데?
Spend a lot of time in detention, do you?
Just enough to keep me well-rounded. Speaking of detention, this trip to Hogsmeade might have saved me from one.
어.
Glad I could be of service.
Madam Scribner, the librarian, was on the hunt for me, as is often the
왜
case.
걸어가면 안 되는 거야?
Professor Weasley came to retrieve me, and I was able to convince old Scribner that I had somewhere to be.
So how did you manage to get on the librarian's bad side?
Well, I suspect it's a matter of differing opinions. She thinks I shouldn't be allowed in the restricted section, and I, on the other hand, am inclined to disagree. Oh, just one moment. This is an excellent spot to gather lacewing flies. They're pretty to look at. If you stew them long enough, they make a powerful potion ingredient.
꿀잠자리.
Merlin's beard from the Forbidden Forest. Look!
What's going on?
See for yourself. Quite a sight, isn't it?
뭐 나왔는데?
Certainly don't see that every day.
하늘 날아가는 거야.
Seeing the
이거?
hippogriffs?
Absolutely.
못
To the
봤어.
left is the Forbidden Forest. Out of bounds to all students.
Hence the name.
Precisely. They think it's too dangerous. I think they need to have more confidence in our defensive abilities. Ah, you can see Hogsmeade just past those ruins up ahead.
와, 빡센데?
Did
버섯이
you
좀.
have much of a chance to explore the castle?
A little. It's positively enormous.
아, 뛰어오르는
It is
벽버섯과.
that. I've been there 5 years and barely scratched the surface. Loads to see, places to discover.
Oh,
오,
any you'd like
보인다.
to share with the class?
Perhaps one day. I can't go around telling you all my secrets now, can I? You still haven't told me how you became so good at dueling.
I wish our common room was bigger.
내가 걸으면 걷네.
I've always thought Thestrals pulling a carriage a bit grim. Though I suppose most people don't actually see them at all.
But you can see them.
Unfortunately. But you've seen quite a bit yourself firsthand too. Most notably that dragon attack. Hopefully the rest of your year isn't as eventful.
멀다야 많이.
Mr. Moon! He's the Hogwarts caretaker.
아, 야, 큰일 났다.
Looks a bit worse
졸린데?
for
아,
wear.
너무 평화롭나 게임이?
Hello, Mr. Moon. Have you met our new 5th year?
Pleasure. You might want to turn back, Mr. Sallow. Turn and run.
Is everything all right, sir?
Oh, look right at me. Eyes big as saucers.
뭐라는 거야?
Did Mr. Moon?
Demi guys. Ugly and airy and terrifying. I shall be at the castle where it's safe. Good luck to both of you.
A demi-guise? I don't know what he's putting in his pumpkin juice, but he's obviously had too much of it.
말기라도 빤 거
I've
아니야?
never seen
어디서
Mr. Moon in
보는데?
such a state.
뭐야 이거? 미네랄 같은 게 있어.
Mr. Moon is quite the character. My sister Anne thinks he's lovely, but I'd say
Revelia.
approve of his caretaker.
Oh, is your sister in Slytherin too?
She is, or rather, she was. She's not well at the moment, but she'll be better soon and back at Hogwarts.
이 자식 슬리데린이었구나. 뭐 있는데 여기?
Revelio.
호그스미드. 아 맞네. 3학년부터 할 수 있네. 됐어요. 오. 고양이 또 있어. 안녕.
Honestly, if one could bottle the magic of this place. I don't know if it's the shops or the people, but there's just something about Hogsmeade. We all flock to it like moths to a flame. So how would you like to do this?
위즐리 교수님 내가 지팡이랑 다른 사할 것이 있다고 하던데
Yes, Dittany
호박화
seeds,
씨앗
some
마법술 몇 개라
spellcrafts,
마법
and some
실퍼 필요해.
Perfect.
완벽히 내가
I'll
새
wait to
지팡이
see
쓰는
what you
모습을
do in the new
기대된다.
one. And a short list gives you
하얗게
plenty
적은이
of
마을을
time to
지고 다니는
poke
시간이
around.
충분하겠어.
I just have to pop
난
into a
동생이
shop
줄
to
게 있어
find something
상점을
for my
둘러봐야
sister.
돼.
Remember,
오케이.
have fun. It's Hogsmeade.
오. 미정원도 있네. 나는 지팡이 먼저. 상당히. 딸랑딸랑.
I'll be right with. Ah, it's you. Just a moment, please.
아, 괴짜입니다, 근데 거기.
Hello, sir. I'm looking for.
For a new wand, yes. It's about time.
Yes, About time.
Well, you're our new fifth-year student, are you not? Oh, what am I saying? Of course you are. Gerbold Ollivander's the name. But of course, you'll have heard of the Ollivanders, I'm sure. Finest wand makers in the world. It's a pleasure to meet you, truly. Now, come with me. Let's find you the perfect wand, shall we? No, not you. Yes. Powerful core. 10.5 inches. You might do. Here, give this one a try. Well, go ahead, swish. How odd. Once more, come on, really swish it.
오호.
Oh dear. Well, this isn't a good match at all, is it? We'll find you something, not to worry. No, not you.
용의 신분.
Yes. A rare wood, 13 3/4 inches, dragon heartstring. Let's give this one a try. Oh goodness.
Oh shit.
Looks like it's back to the shelf for you. This is proving to be trickier than I had anticipated. How perplexing. Where are you? Perhaps you? There you are. Yes, I think you might be the one. Here, take it.
불사조 깃털.
Curious indeed. How intriguing. Curious indeed.
악청나무가 있다고?
How intriguing.
이래야지.
Curious indeed. Ah, phoenix feather. Exceptionally rare, and a core with a strong sense of initiative.
F.
What do you think? another wand, another beginning of a bright and magical future. Now, how did that feel?
Good. Different. I sensed a sort of surge of some kind.
A match. Your connection seemed particularly powerful. The right wand will learn from you, just as you learn from it.
I'm eager to try it out.
Of course. And a phoenix feather core is terribly selective. This will be an excellent match indeed. And the bond between you and your wand should only grow stronger. Do not be surprised at your new wand's ability to perceive your intentions, particularly in a moment of need.
That sounds wonderful, Mr. Ollivander.
I'll let you get to it. Do come and see me again, if ever.
다음에 이어서 해볼게요. 잔잔한 건 못하겠다. 야, 졸려가지고. 왜 이렇게 졸리냐? 게임 저장하고 오늘은 여기까지 해볼게요.